Delicious, dependable meals. Delicious, dependable meals. Love, cuddles, cute, big-eyed smirks looking at you, and tails wagging. All of these things cannot be provided by animal humane societies themselves without our help. If you were fortunate enough to grow up with a family pet or 2 or 3, then you know how valuable healthy socialization, care, and stability are for your animal and for you too. In my house growing up, we fed our animals before we ate breakfast and dinner. We provided what they needed first before ourselves. It was a rule I will follow forever. As I moved to college, into dorms, and away from my furry BFFs, over time I found I needed to get my puppy fix from somewhere. And what a better place than the local Humane Society. I have been volunteering and walking dogs at the Humane Society, at the Rutland County Humane Society, for 3 years, and I have actually taken a break for a little bit in between due to having bilateral hip reconstructions, and with COVID, the protocol is that volunteers are on hold and staff is reduced, unfortunately. Just for the safety of our community and the facility, of course, you know. During the time there, my role has been to provide at least 1 hour each week walking as many of the eligible dogs I can. We walk or jog on trails or roads surrounding the organization's property, and I am to make each of them feel special, exercised, and relieved within the 15 to 30 minutes that I can spend with them. Depending on how many volunteers are available, I can spend more time with them. So it's really nice when there's a lot of volunteers, because then you can kind of spend like about 20 minutes with each of them, 25 minutes if you're lucky. So today I will share the significant needs this nonprofit has and the ways you can help. Do you live somewhere where you're not allowed to have pets, or you just want to give your time and you have an hour to spare at least? Well, volunteering as a dog walker, you provide the animal with individual attention, thus they feel good, you feel good. They get out of their kennels and outside. They create effective habits, social interactions, and relations with their volunteers, hopefully you, which benefits their future adoption outcomes and success rates at their new homes. From personal experience, I have seen and felt the joys of the dogs I have been able to care for. Some of the dogs experienced so much nurturing and support at RCHS that within weeks of being rescued and turned in, they were no longer in sight, which is sad, honestly, but if it means that they are acclimating in their new homes with their capable new rescuers, then it's all worth it to me. According to the Humane Society of the United States, 4 million cats and dogs are adopted each year. I can't wait to be one of them. Volunteers and workers like you and me help provide valuable connections, obedience to training, necessary medications and vaccinations if you're qualified as a veterinarian, and hope for each of them. With our help, the lives of each of these animals are turned around. Through appropriate care and respect within RCHS and its volunteers, community engagement is strengthened and further exposure of their work and mission is obtained. I happened upon RCHS when a bulletin was posted on campus looking for volunteers. After seeing this, I reached out to a few friends who I thought would also love to join me in volunteering, which they did. We actually discovered a new club at campus that was called the Humane Society Club, and we quickly joined, and we found that there was actually a lot of people that were doing it, and we ended up going to the Humane Society at least once a week all together and spend time with the cats. And it was especially popular around exam week, actually. So definitely a stress reliever for you and invaluable for the animals. When others see you enjoying what you're doing and you're loving it, they want to be a part of it too. The powers of volunteering and fulfillment are mutually beneficial to you and to the gorgeous animal that you are caring for or spending your time with. Volunteers allow the organization to flourish and bring others in who might see it as a treasure and worth investing in. The more students and community members volunteering and providing whatever services we can, the more we can all practice building a stronger community through those we love but don't speak the same language. We are the ones capable of showing the way and kindness to these animals, which we know through experiences with our own pets and ourselves. As you decide to reach out and offer your time, you can discuss what kind of volunteer work you would like to participate in. I chose dog walking, but there are kitten and cat socialization needs, cleaning duties, and even pet or facility photography work too. For dog walking, volunteers are given a manual on proper volunteer conduct, go through an orientation. They are trained on appropriate treatment with the animals, how to handle certain behaviors, how to hold them on a leash, like which side to hold them on, how to hold them so that if they do run after something, you don't lose control of them. That's a really key thing because some of them are very new and that can happen a lot, but if you're trained properly, it's not a problem. And that means, so like we're also trained in how to take caution when we approach other dogs and when we approach other humans, because that's really important when they're acclimating to RCHS property and when they're training to go into a new home that might have a various amount of different needs or environmental things happening, i.e. kids, other animals, like a small space, a large space. Honestly, that would be great. However, anyways, growing up, my friend was actually not fond of dogs or being near them, but she also goes to the same college, and with other dogs, she's okay. So she wanted to volunteer and spend time with the animals, so I brought her with me one time, and as she got used to them, she was fortunately able to pass dogs going to the cats, who she did find a liking of and spent a lot of time with, and passing the dogs and everything, she was able to grow as a person, not necessarily petting them, it's not necessarily allowed, but just kind of seeing them, she was able to open up to the idea of them, and that was just huge for her. It's too bad, like, I wish we were able to volunteer right now, but COVID and respect for everything, honestly, like, huge. But with that said, we need them just as much as they need us. Though many animals have become new pets to foster homes or to new permanent forever homes, during this time of COVID, monetary supplies and donations just in general are needed. So expenses for each pet placed depends on variables such as medical needs of the pet, his or her length of stay before being adopted, special needs, etc. Fees charged for adoption never meet the actual costs of caring for each pet during their stay at RCHS. So it is essential for us to provide means to care for the animals before adoption so that they can grow and are able to learn in possibly an entirely new environment when the time comes, and have a supportive environment while they're on their way to that forever home or foster home. While volunteering at the Humane Society, I discovered their wish list for items they might need at any given day. If you don't have the funds to go out and buy new supplies, retired and washed blankets, hand cloths, towels, sports balls, batteries, zip ties, like anything like that works. Like, you literally, if you just check out their website, even toys are great. Like, literally anything works. Then you can donate that too. You and me, we are the difference between a blanket being thrown out or recycled and turning out to be the new favorite item for Howie, the 16-year-old black lab in the third kennel on the right. True story. Anything helps. If you're interested, the full wish list can be found on their website, rchsvt.org, under wish list. Volunteering is one of the best ways to provide your services in caring for rescued animals, if we're able to during this time. Whether you're cleaning kennels, feeding, walking, or socializing with the cats and dogs, you are introducing and inducing in yourself a feel-good response and allowing other staff and volunteers to carry out additional necessary responsibilities at ease, knowing that you're there, because the more volunteers they have, the more stuff they can get done, and it just all works out. For now, volunteering is closed, like I said, as well as visiting the animals, and everything for adoption is done by appointment. However, the most up-to-date place to check when you're able to volunteer, if you're comfortable right now, then you can go to their website, and under the volunteer tab, there's a whole list of like the qualifications you need, age requirements, that kind of thing. So, and also if you're on social media, you can follow them on Instagram at rchsvt, or on Facebook or Twitter for the latest updates and adoptions too. Another great way to support the Humane Society is to make donations. Like I said, you can go to their website, as well as accessing just donate on their page, that it should say how to donate. And you can also find a link to donate via check if necessary. These donations ensure that the dogs you walk and other animals under RCHS's care are provided with quality care and given second or even their third chances through RCHS's Pet Adoption Center. As stated on their website, RCHS is an IRS designated 501c3 charity, and all donation taxes are tax deductible. Like so many other nonprofits, this means that donating at RCHS can reduce the amount you owe in taxes at the end of the year, or on the other hand, increase the amount you're refunded. So huge benefit to you. Like, you just have to go spend an hour with a couple dogs a day or a week, and you get to write it off, honestly. So if you're looking to give back whenever you can and whatever you can, RCHS is a great place to start. The Rutland County Humane Society, RCHS, thrives when volunteers are eager to help, when items are donated from their wish list or dropped off in the supplies box by the front door. Volunteers come from many different backgrounds and can provide an array of skills and services to the animals and facilities. The more hands on deck and people willing to give their time, donate in whatever way they can, and feel good doing it, the more others will want to volunteer too. If you can recall, my join walking dogs at least once a week attracted my friends to do so too. As the Burlington Free Press notes, that shelters are considered essential businesses, so the Rutland County Humane Society has remained open, only operating with a reduced number of staff to take care of everything. However, with COVID-19 protocols still in effect, we must provide donations of supplies or funds if we cannot donate our time right now. Check out the RCHSVT website. You can find more ways to help during this time under the tab labeled Helping Us, or even under the tab News tab. You can see little adoptions too on that tab. If you are an animal lover, owner, godmother, father, then you are the perfect fit to be a volunteer at RCHS or your local Humane Society.